All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome to the at-home portion of our hybrid speed program. To get things started today, we're going to go through a dynamic warm-up. We're then going to have a number of plyometric drills, and then we'll finish up with some sprint drills that we'll be doing at home. In order to do this program successfully, you're going to need some open space, somewhere that you can run. For phase one here, having about 15 to 20 yards should be sufficient for you to get your work in. All right, now we're going to move into our general sprint mechanics drills. These are going to be the same set of drills that we did with the in-person session, but we're going to do them before each session. Just it's always a good reminder and some good fundamental technique stuff that we want to stay on top of. Otherwise, we tend to neglect it and forget it, and it falls out of our actual sprint mechanics. So the first one is going to be a standing arm swing drill. We're going to stand with our feet nice and square, and we're really focused on cheek to pocket with the hands, okay? So our hands are going to be nice and relaxed. If we're tense, tight, we're not going to be fast. We need to be loose and fluid with our movements here. So our hands are going to be relaxed here, and we're going to just work cheek to pocket with the arm swings, okay? Just really focus on keeping everything straight forward, keeping my shoulders square. My thumbs get to my cheek, my thumbs get to my pocket with every rep that I do. When I'm doing these, we need to make sure that I'm not karate chopping, okay? I need to be keeping a bend in my elbow and punching the elbows forward and back to achieve that cheek to pocket movement, okay? All right, the next drill that we have is our wall knee drive drill. We can do this on any wall. We're gonna use our wall right here. So we're gonna get our hands up on the wall and we're gonna walk our feet back so that our body is at a nice 45-degree angle. When I'm here, my heel should be slightly elevated off the ground and I should be looking straight forward. I'm gonna take one leg up, knee up, toe up position, back leg is straight, and I should have a straight line pretty much from the top of my head through my heel, should be pretty straight. And as I go through my switches here, we want to maintain that positioning. So we're going to switch, 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 switch. Okay? We're going to hit our sets and reps on those. Normal sprint mechanics drill is our in-place marches. We're going to try to combine what we did with the arm swings and what we just did with the wall drill into one drill. So we're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg up, knee up, toe up, cheek to pocket already with the arms, and we're going to aggressively switch. Okay, so very similar to an in-place A-skip. We're really challenging the stability of our drive leg and reinforcing those good positions with the knee up, toe up as I switch into each rep. All right, the next section is going to be our general plyometrics. Improving our rate of force production and our overall force production is going to play a big role in our ability to sprint fast and be powerful with all of our strides. So we're going to have some general and specific plyometric drills that are going to help us with this. Starting off with the general, we're going to do a counter movement jump. To get started, we're going to get into a good athletic stance, feet a little bit wider than our hips. We're going to get in a tall extended position here. We will snap down, vertically jump up in one fluid athletic movement. Okay, so what that should look like is here, snap down, jump up, stick my landing, and I always want to make sure that I'm landing in a good position, okay? So I'm snapping down to this position before my jump, I'm doing my jump, and when I land, I'm back down in the exact same spot. The next drill that we have is going to be our broad jump. So we're going to get tall and extended, very similar to what we did with the counter movement vertical jump, but now we're going to broad jump outward rather than up. So I'm going to be tall and extended, I'm going to snap down, jump out, and stick my landing here. For our last drill, we're going to do a double broad jump. It's just like the regular broad jump, except I need to land in a position where I can immediately propel myself into the next jump. So that's going to look like this. Here, I'm going to snap down, broad jump, right into the next one. All right, the next set of plyometrics that we have are going to be a little bit more specific to sprinting. And they are going to be a bit more technical and more difficult overall for us to accomplish. So take your time with them. If we can't go that fast quite yet, don't go that fast. I'm going to break them down nice and slow here, and then I'll show you a full speed version. So the first one that we have is the triple jump. We're going to start off as if we're doing a broad jump. So we're going to be in a nice, tall, stacked position here. I'm going to snap down on two legs. I'm going to jump off onto one leg, jump to a second leg, and then finally land back on two legs, trying to get as much ground as I possibly can with each of those jumps. So it's 3 total jumps. I'm going to show it at kind of medium speed here. So I'll be here, 1, 2, 3, and then stick our final landing. And now let me show you one at close to full speed. That is our triple jump. The next drill is pretty similar to the triple jump, but we're going to start from a sprint start positioning. So we're going to start off from a front facing half kneeling position. So front facing half kneeling, heel and knee are in line with each other here. Ball of my foot is driven into the ground. I'm gonna jump from here into a front-facing half kneeling double jump. So slow motion, good sprint positioning, chest forward, opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm gonna jump 1, 2, and then land on 2 legs. At speed, that's our front-facing half kneeling double jump. All right, the last section of today's work is all gonna be our sprint work here. Our goal for today is to have these sprints be between 15 and 20 total yards. And remember our golden rule, we always wanna have a minute of rest for every 10 yards sprinted. So if I'm sprinting 20 yards, I need at least 2 minutes of rest between my reps here, because this is not a conditioning class. Our goal here is to build speed, build acceleration. In order to sprint at maximum speeds, I need to be maximally recovered between every single rep that I do. Okay, so if we're sprinting 20 yards, we need 2 minutes off in between. So it's not a whole lot of sprint volume, but make sure you are actually taking the full rest time. Do not just zoom through this and try to get them all done. Take your time, deliberately focus on the technique, run every sprint at maximal effort, and take the rest time. Okay, the first drill that we have is gonna be our front-facing half kneeling sprint. So very similar to the jump we just did in the last section. We're gonna be down in the front-facing half kneeling position. Again, my knee and my heel need to be in line with each other. The ball of my foot needs to be into the ground. I'm gonna get a good forward lean with my opposite arm forward. From this position, I'm gonna go into a maximal effort sprint right after. So I'm here and I'm sprinting off that. After I hit my reps here on each leg, I'm gonna move into the stack sprint. The stack start sprint is very similar to the front-facing half kneeling. It's just one added level of stability to it. So let's get down into the same exact spot here, knee and heel, and we'll be lined up. Before I go into my sprint, I'm gonna pop my back knee off the ground just slightly, and now I'm gonna sprint directly from here. Third sprint variation that we have today is gonna be the push-up start sprint. So we're gonna start down in a bottom push-up position. Really, we can just be laying completely flat on the ground. And from this spot, I'm gonna push myself up and go immediately into a sprint. All right, the last sprint variation that we have today is gonna be the single leg RDL to sprint. So we're gonna start off in a single leg RDL position. We're gonna push our leg back, and then I'm gonna swing my leg forward and go right into a sprint from there. So at speed, I'm gonna be here, nice and slow. It's almost like I'm pulling back a bow for a bow and arrow, okay? So the RDL, I'm pulling back. When I reach that maximal stretch, then boom, I'm exploding out of that start position. So I'm reaching, boom. All right, and that's the end of our at-home workout number 1. We'll see you guys in person for the next session next week. And then the following week, we'll have another at-home workout, which is gonna be a whole nother set of drills. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. We can send an additional video or clarification if needed.